Alright, I've got this up on my fancy computer. I'm gonna turn down the settings a little bit though, because it's just a little bit of chunk once I start streaming. Specifically, ray tracing. Let's turn this down to medium.
Ray tracing, as in rays of light?
Yeah. And some other stuff. What else can we do? Texture resolution. Let's turn that down to high. Most of these things, nobody's even gonna notice.
Weren't there some games that we've encountered where they have bloom, as in the... what would you call them?
That looks kind of okay. I think that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. So, we have to assist the agent in the Panopticon cell.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go back to him and we'll see if we can talk to him.
Yeah, that's the one that's looking after the refrigerator.
Let's see. Upper Panopticon. Let's go from there. Let's see.
I do notice the TV can't seem to keep up with what's on your monitor as well. Could just be a cabling thing.
Yeah, what?
Yes?
Yeah, it's because it's running through the Elgato.
Ah, the Elgato?
Yeah. So where is this guy? Ah, here
right
he
there.
is.
But he's actually inside with it.
Keep them open.
Hey, what can I do?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank you, thank you. If I look away, I don't know what this thing will do. You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry. My eyes, they can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus, right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
Is he not even allowed to blink?
Maybe not.
That doesn't seem at all feasible for someone to endure for over a couple minutes, if even.
That feels a bit smoother.
Actually,
Little
I
choppy,
wonder under
turning
what
fast.
circumstance you wouldn't have to blink your eyes. Would it be if you have, say, goggles filled with water? But would it have to be water that is adjusted so it has the proper saline water ratio that's necessary for your tears? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because having pure water could be just as irritating.
We have to...
Some of the security cameras aren't working. How do I get those fixed?
Maintenance staff will...
There's someone named Philip up in a cell. He's watching a refrigerator and very rapidly losing it.
Philip? Oh shit, I forgot about fridge duty. He's been in there for over a day, I totally forgot.
You forgot about him?
There's a lot going on. The hiss, the Benikoff TV. Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal. There. Done. Door open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
I'll figure something out. I'm pretty good with these things.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard bureau procedure, ma'am.
He doesn't know us very well. I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here.
Did you already ask him all his questions?
Yeah, we talked to him yesterday.
Okay.
Isn't that literally an SCP? I think so, yeah. Wow.
What's wrong?
Just, how fast this, the load times are.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Jesse? Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Help him!
Phil,
If I look away, it hurts me.
What happened to Philip? Is he dead?
Yeah, I can't look away though. Oh.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
what the fuck?
Whoa, critter. What were you adjusting?
Your volume. Apparently, in moving everything around today, I made you ridiculously loud.
Oops, sorry. You might want to get that life.
That was the plan. What the
So,
hell?
this thing resides inside the refrigerator, or it's the entity that controls it? Uh-oh, he's throwing something at you. Awesome looking. Creepy.
Well,
Wait, did you fall through the ground?
apparently I did. I gotta pay more attention to that.
Oh. Because I suppose whenever he smashes the ground with his feet, he might leave a gaping hole in its place.
Yeah, so that might have been a former, like, board member or something. So, seeing as we're waiting to reload, I got an interesting comment.
What?
Asking me to stop moaning. Like, literally going,
Eh?
It's quite inappropriate of you to moan on a video aimed toward children's. It's a game streaming for children, yes?
Wait, what? What?
Yeah,
What
I
kind
don't
of
really
moan did
know.
they think you were making? What moan?
I was playing Undermine, so whatever it is.
Hello? Jesse?
I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Because I think the only questionable
Jesse? The
vocalizations...
fridge is
Wait,
doing
oh no.
something.
Philip?
Oh, you're gathering
Philip?
that.
Yeah, Fridge just killed him again.
Aww.
If I
Really
look
did.
away, it hurts me.
Yeah, I think the only questionable vocalizations I accidentally made,
Yeah, so this is a former board member.
former something something something, was when...
Sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
What the fuck?
Remember when we were playing Crosscode? And even in the pause sections where the main character isn't saying anything, granted she's mute the entire time, so I can only ever really react for her. There was a sequence where she was doing small reactions, but they were mostly distressed ones. And looking back on that, I go, ooh, yeah, doing the things, it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean? Wander?
Yep, sorry. Just mildly distractible.
Hey, if you think about it, people have to record a number of those odd noises for grunts in games. You know, when characters are swinging a sword or getting hit by a monster or something. I never like it when in various JRPGs or anime.
What?
Oh, was it the ground?
Yeah, so I think when it slams the ground, it makes a hole. And
Well, we already established that last time. So, should you be flying around constantly looking for safe spots to stand on? And then you fire at his eye again?
maybe. But no, like, even if I was moaning, you or I were moaning like weirdly erotically, you just had dudes creeping on you for like making kind of moan or pain noises, yeah?
Eh.
Like in this case with the person like, you know, trying to shame me for just groaning and moaning, it's like, oh, God damn it, we have to do this again.
Hello? Jesse?
It bugs me a little bit.
The fridge is doing something!
Philip? Philip?
Yep, he's just dead. Let's see.
If I look away, it hurts me.
But yeah, the idea of like an adult human being being like, stop moaning. You're going to give children weird ideas. Like, no matter what, that's
like the board, but I can't understand it.
I hate the fact that we
The fuck?
keep hearing that every single time. But yeah, how would I describe it? It's like, it's only weird if you make it weird. And I think that's the standpoint I'm gonna roll with. Because, like, this person has just made it very strange.
Yeah, he made a pretty bad hold there. Oh, actually, the holes are shedding light, so you know precisely where they are, too. Whoa, that was close.
You got mad. Okay, I might have to turn off the ray tracing on this. Whoa, that was close.
Yep, don't go down there.
Wait, there's no Black Pyramid here. The fridge seems fixed. Did fighting that thing off change something?
I'm gonna turn ray tracing down. It might be one of those where... Let's see. Do we have...
Oh, what's NVIDIA DLSS?
For
For RTX GPUs?
Nope.
No, don't need that.
No. I guess I can turn level of detail down a little bit.
Did you have any issues with these with your old computer?
Nope. But this is because I cranked it all up. I think ray tracing, just in general, is going to be the issue, or any number of things. I don't know.
Might be yet another thing you'll have to diagnose later.
Yeah. The load times, though, holy crap, they are fast. Like, that would have normally taken a load screen, I think.
Stop hits theaters tonight. Can't believe I'm missing an Alex. How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Poor Philip. He never did like fridge duty. But if you're here, then who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it and wound up in the astral plane. This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
We've been getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description. The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral. The hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
I'll see you later,
Great.
Langston.
I'll
Great
be here,
for you, Langston.
like always.
We get to do all the dirty work. Langston's runaways. What are the objects in question?
I'm gonna quick test something.
Sure.
I'm gonna try and relaunch this game in DirectX 11 mode because I think DirectX 12 is causing more issues than it's worth.
Oh, when did they implement DirectX 12?
It's new. Think.
Don't you hate it when they have a new update or just something that they implement and then it ruins everything? It reminds me of how artists for a while were incapable of using their Wacom tablets with one of the new updates for Windows, and it was just took a while for them to fix it.
Yeah, I mixed.
This reminds me when I had to launch things like Myst in different bits.
Oh, yeah. You have to do that with like a lot of old games too.
16.
That's why Good Old
32,
Games is
64.
so nice, because they actually generally make sure, not always, but they usually work on compatibility patches. I should send them an email tonight. Or a message. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's hitting, like, nearing 300,000 on YouTube, or just the fact that I'm starting to become, like, more well-known. I'm starting to get more contact requests from, like, various publishers and things for stuff. None of it's bad, but it's just, like, more time out of my usual work schedule, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Oh, this is so much smoother. Yeah, DirectX 12 is not ready yet.
That, or is it possible that these games were developed with Direct 11 in mind and then...
This is definitely developed with 12 in mind, but not recording and streaming at 12. Because, yeah, this is so much smoother, and we're good.
Yep, yeah, it looks a lot better on my end with the TV.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, I think anytime you reach an 100,000... What would it be, a milestone?
Yeah.
It's another tier for things.
Ooh, launch large objects.
I just can't at all grasp the whole
Million subscribers, yeah.
million,
Let alone like 100
2
million or anything like
4
that.
million, yeah.
Like, I doubt I will ever be that much of an internet sensation. It'd be interesting to keep,
Well, I don't... there comes a point where you have to question, how large would you want to get before it becomes an inconvenience?
I mean, so part
your
of it
daily
is, like,
life.
the larger I get, the more I could actually, like, hire people to do certain things. If that makes sense.
I understand. But it's so odd, though. With a lot of creatives, they're starting off doing everything on their own. It would feel odd to offload some of that work onto others.
Well, at the same time, like, if I was a particularly large YouTuber, for example, and, like, I wanted to have a cleaner comment section, I would probably hire
a
somebody
full-time
part-time
moderator?
to just be, like, a community...
Well, not a full-time one.
I don't really know if it would be part or full-time. Full-time would get maybe too expensive, especially, like, where I'm currently at.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
just routinely go
hey,
through...
I was the one that finally depleted all of your help for review things.
You did. And imagine if I could hire an intern to do that for you, so you wouldn't...
I admit, though, it was interesting. Tedious. You find patterns, definitely. Actually, what's more interesting is what ends up in spam. at times because you find out all the ways in which spammers are trying to weasel their way into your comments. I think I'd counted one person had said the exact same thing on over 100 of your videos. And at that point I just blocked them so they wouldn't be able to leave any more comments in the future, but then also reported them all for spam. But YouTube must have already acknowledged that they were spam worthy because they put them in spam in the first place. That or they would do that to everyone's channel.
They do. Usually it's a bot. Like a bot or a script that effectively just trolls through as much of YouTube as possible. Looking
what kind of safeguards would there be to ensure that accounts aren't being used by bots? Unfortunately, I suppose it would only take someone manually one opportunity to log in, and then they could let it run amok. How would they prevent someone from running a script?
You mean to spam?
Mm-hmm. I'm not too familiar with bots and how they function, but...
Welcome to the pit.
Ooh, this is the pit.
Apparently. This is where the mold is. I don't think we're supposed to go down here yet, but I realized we could get down here, so I tried anyway.
Well, flight definitely has helped.
Yeah, because now that we have all these like extra abilities, I'm like, well, where can I go? Is there anything to interact with in here? I guess we'll go through the door. Yeah, Google is implementing bot detection in background, analyzing mouse movement and stuff. Yep. That's also
good.
one of those where it's... Oh.
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's
They're
under
live.
quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Underhill. Who's Underhill up here? No?
Dunno.
Elsewhere?
We can look around for a bit.
Maze-like, isn't it?
It is.
Wait, is this the Isn't this the parapsychology ward?
Maybe?
Nah, it's below.
Yeah, let's go back to that,
But that's...
Excuse me? Are you lost?
Underhill.
That's Underhill. Oh. Alternative perspective. RE Thresholds Utility Research. Summary. Dr. Darling's recently penned essay titled Blankety Blank 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 contains some glaring omissions that I feel must shine a light on. Firstly, the entire premise of the essay is that the quarry threshold is beneficial to the Bureau, while the mold is actively hostile, to use his words. We cannot determine the worth of these dimensions and their life forms using bureaucratic definitions. Secondly, the mold is much more beneficial than some rock. If the blank creating the mold were reconfigured in their purpose, the structures they could build would rival the greatest skyscrapers. The mold's resistance to various strains of disease we've attempted to introduce to it could be derived into blankety blank blanks. Yes, admittedly this application is more difficult than picking up a rock and gluing it to a wall, but I pause to wonder when the Bureau lost its eagerness for a challenge. So maybe this Underhill is specifically doing mold research?
Yeah.
And she... Oh yeah, Dr. Raya Underhill. Just reading all the documents around her before actually discussing
Might
things
as
with
well.
her. Alright, progress report. Active threshold / mold research. Summary. So, you want to know how my mold research is getting on, Casper? Here it is. Microscopic organisms, similar in appearance to blanks, construct an architecture of the mold. I do not understand if these blanks are the original disseminators of the mold or are bitten by some fungal infection. The mold is the most prolific and durable organism I've ever seen. I theorize there is a mold source located somewhere on our side of the threshold, rooted here to accelerate growth in our dimension. I refer to this yet unknown source as Mold 1. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption of itself. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, seizing control of motor functions. Ew, so people eat it because it smells good and then ugh.
Ugh.
This behavior was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold has adapted to our presence, targeting our biological imperatives as a way to spread. It is a truly ingenious little thing. A full report will be ready soon. Keep your slacks on. Well.
Sorry.
Oh, so Casper is also Darling's first name.
Oh, Casper Darling. Guess it kind of works.
This is a letter from Raya. You might as well be the guy.
Hello, Raya. How's it going down there? Enjoying the mold so far? Settling back into life at the old FPC? Also wanted to ask how your coffee with Emily went. She's a star on the rise, incredibly bright and extremely intuitive. But I want to hear what you thought of her. I think you two could be very good on a project together. Learn a lot from each other. Let's get together and chat about it soon. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I'm sure you can't think of anything besides the mold right now. You always were a woman of focus. I always admired that about you. Talk soon, Casper.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit, where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jesse, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
What? Really? I'm the director.
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
So is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
I like her
Thanks
little
for the
observations.
information.
My pleasure.
I like the characters in this game. I'm glad that Remedy seems to be doing well. Whoops.
Whoa!
I think that followed me. I really would put
So
on
were
a
they just
gas
camping
mask for
the
this.
door to the front of her office, and you just went around back?
Sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry.
No, no,
Are
no!
those people?
Don't eat it.
Most definitely do not eat it. Ow, ow, ow. Ow.
Was something shooting at you from afar? That guy over there on the column.
Okay.
Oh, there's one down there.
And I'm down. Damn it.
Oh, did I have homing?
Yeah, they have homing. Technically, both I and they have homing. It kind of annoying. It's not necessarily that bad, but it's still annoying. I have no idea where this is going to spawn me, though. Yep, all the way back up here. Well,
Does that mean you have to talk with everyone all over again?
no.
But that's the last save point.
Right. Yeah, there should be a control point up ahead somewhere. But we'll have to go find it somewhere. Let's see, I'm gonna... I don't know. It's a weird dead end this time. Okay, so far so good. Oh, those suckers are tough. Bust through my stuff. Okay, let's see. So in that case, let's switch from Shatter to Charge, and from Grip to Pierce. I gotta remember I can do this. Didn't do as much damage as I was going for, but that's okay. I think I got them both in the head. Not actually sure if that was an enemy back there or what. But that's okay.
purple. It seems like there were desks and such down here.
That was not safe.
You can really bend them back to your will, even though they're being parasitized?
Yeah, I apparently can control anything. I guess it kind of makes sense, though. These are just like these little mold creatures. And it kind of makes sense that, like...
Where are the samples, though? That you need to acquire?
Unsure. But, anyway, so... What would I say? The metaphysical power of, like, my mind control ability is more powerful... There's
that's
one.
A sample.
Yeah, is more powerful than just the mold. So, like, realistically, I could take over anything. Oh, it grows near the pit, near televisions, near toilets.
Toilets.
These are kind of specific. A control point.
There you go. Oh, these guys were slain without having been turned. There was something on top of that over there. Yeah, there.
This over here. Yeah, sorry. Oh, it's a radio.
It's a radio. So did you just activate the checkpoint? You didn't really cleanse the spot.
No.
There wasn't really much to cleanse at this point.
Yeah, I'm just attuned to it now.
Another spore.
This must be one of the samples.
Near fresh corpses. So we still need toilets, televisions, and near the pits. Okay, we already went in this one. Man, it is dark in there. Neat little side area.
Oh, there's a lab. Lab 06.
What's left of it? Probably gonna find a television around here.
Televisions or the toilets. I mean, we don't know where the bathrooms are situated in here, but who knows? Unless the purple thing over there is the pit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the pit. We still haven't got no... Oh, no, that's the computer.
Oh, there's something right there.
This would be near the pit.
This looks like a good one.
Yep. What's in the pit, though? Or is that just a glowing...
I think that's further down the threshold.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna explode
It almost
stuff.
seems like that would lead to the origins of the mold itself.
Probably. Because there's a toilet.
One of the toilets. Oh, several toilets.
That's a lot of toilets.
It has to be up here somewhere.
There it is.
Coming out of a toilet.
Gross. Underhill is gonna owe me for this.
Yeah, that is...
Hopefully she's bagging them up in something that's clearly labeled. Because could you imagine if you collected all these samples and you didn't label them?
Like all protagonists, she's just jamming it in a back pocket.
Ah, there's the TV one.
This looks like a good one.
Oh.
Oh, it's more of the,
the puppet show.
Samples.
more of
I
the
should get this
threshold
back to
kids.
Underhill.
Mm-hmm. Vending machine. That's different.
I'm surprised we're not, like, dealing with this. We're just grabbing samples for her and then moving on. But I guess that kind of makes sense.
Well, I think she might send us on a backup well, not a backup, but a subsequent quest to find the one mold to rule them all.
Maybe.
Mold 1. It's referenced in the classified articles.
Who's this? Aha.
Oh, and another classified.
Yep. Pink flamingo.
Pink flamingo. Background. Agents notice a transient commonly found outside the entrance of the Bureau headquarters would carry the item and loudly claim to be responsible for the lack of inclement weather. Wait, so someone was carrying around the flamingo screaming that they made the rain? The frequency of these claims attracted the personal interest of Dr. Darling. In interviews disguised as casual conversations, the transient reported that the item gives me clouds when it's hot and sun when it's not. An event of note occurred during a heavy downpour when the vagrant was witnessed performing a possible ritual with the item. See file PAI 1372 for additional detailed observations. Dr. Darling reported a wait of blank seconds before the rain stopped, so it must have been fairly short. The vagrant was seized the next day. After blankety blank, he was found to possess no blanks and was released. The item remains in the Bureau custody under the suspicion of altered status, though this still has not been proven. All known variations of identification formulas have failed to elicit a response from the item. We did see the pink flamingo in the containment, didn't we?
We did.
So it changed the weather.
Ah. That was weird.